What's up, YouTube? Welcome to Cars, Costs, and Technology. Today I'm doing a quick video on the Automatic Pro OBD adapter for your vehicle. I am an owner of the second generation automatic adapter, and I got an email from Automatic about the launching of the Automatic Pro. One of the coolest features about the Automatic Pro is definitely going to be the 3G integration. So with your purchase of the Automatic Pro, you get 5 years of unlimited 3G connection for the Automatic Pro. I'm not sure what happens after that 5 years. I don't know if there is some type of cost that kicks in, whether you have to start paying monthly or I don't know. I'm sure that it wouldn't just make the device obsolete. They've got to have some kind of purchase option or plan there. But um, regardless, 5 years is plenty of time for the price that you're paying for it. The Automatic Pro right now is retailing for just under $130. The second generation automatic did start at a retail price of right around $100 if I remember correctly. So a little bit of a bump in price there, but I think it's well worth it for the service that's built in. Right now, you can actually pick up a second generation automatic for just under $80. I think they're going for about $79.95, or were right before the launch of the Automatic Pro. So pretty good deal there, especially if you don't need the 3G integrated and you're okay with depending more on your smartphone being connected. But that's going to be one of the largest differences, having that 3G built in. The device is going to have the ability to sort of perform and operate on its own. Of course, you're still going to get the most out of it by having it integrated with your smartphone to use all of the features and unlock more options. But having the ability for this to, whether it be the emergency crash service, where it notifies 911 if you've been in an accident, or whether it's the logging your trips, integration with some of the other applications like the Nest application, Hue application for your lights, or the IFTTT application for all the different things that can do. Having that 3G built in sort of cuts the ties there between your smartphone and the adapter. It gives it the ability to sort of operate independently if need so. But like I said, if you're okay with always having to depend on your smartphone being connected, then the second generation can do a lot of the same things. It's just going to be a good bit cheaper. So I will also do a quick review of the second generation adapter. Like I said, I am an owner of that. Have used it for a while now. Pretty impressed with it overall. So I want to make sure you guys are pretty familiar with that. I know there's a lot of content about that online, but it's kind of cool to do a quick refresher and make sure that everyone's well versed on that before they make a decision on purchasing the Pro or trying to find a cheaper second generation. Some of the biggest aesthetic changes are going to be the switch over to the gold trim. The second generation automatic had silver accents on it, but overall almost identical design. I think they have slightly changed the shell, but it looks almost identical. They've also switched to a more premium packaging. The second generation automatic comes in a reusable travel cup, which I will show you here in a moment, but I think I like the cardboard packaging that the new one comes in. It just looks more premium, better presentation. Of course, the functionality of the travel cup is nice, so I'm not complaining about that either, but I think overall I'd be a little more impressed with unboxing or unpacking the Pro with the nice, blue and white cardboard packaging and then the gold adapter. Really nice overall finish, so I think they did a good job with that. Anyway, now we'll go ahead and jump into the review on the second generation automatic adapter and go over some of the key differences between that and the Pro. Alright guys, so here is the second generation automatic. I have actually removed the plastic packaging that comes on it originally, just because, like I said, I've used this device for a little while now, but just wanted to show you the original sort of presentation that it's going to come as. But here it is. Like I mentioned before, you've got the travel cup, kind of a cool design. It's got the silicone top. Comes with your startup guide and an automatic sticker. So kind of a cool feature there. But if we go ahead and remove the device, you have to excuse the car unboxing. What better place to unbox an automatic for a car than in a car, right? But here is the adapter. So you can see very, very similar to the look of the Pro, but got the silver accents rather than the gold. But good looking device, well built. Obviously I haven't actually held the Pro yet, but I can imagine just by looking at it, it's pretty comparable. I would imagine maybe they had to add a little bit of size or weight to accommodate the 3G radio, but other than that, I would imagine it's pretty close. So let's go ahead and jump into setup and go over some features. Guys, so here is the automatic application to go with the adapter. I'm not going to show plugging the adapter into your OBD2 port, obviously because it's one, pretty self-explanatory, and two, going to be different on everyone's car. So rather than trying to guide you towards the location of your OBD2 port, I would just pretty much look underneath your steering wheel. Pretty easy to find. It's going to match the pattern on the back of the adapter, so shouldn't be a problem for anyone. But when we jump in the application, it looks like Automatic has yet to update the application. I am on the most current version in the Google Play Store, but I'll put a link in the description to download this application, as well as a link in the description to check out the Automatic second generation and the Automatic Pro if you're looking to go ahead and pick one up. But anyway, it's a really well built app. They're still showing the second generation at $99.95, so like I said, maybe it hasn't been updated quite yet. I could be a little early, but in case if you're not familiar with the Automatic and some of the additional features, it does show you a little bit here. You know, plugs into the port that mechanics use, usually located under your steering wheel. You can keep track of your trips, receive audio cues to drive smarter. So what that means is if you press the brakes too hard or accelerate too hard, the Automatic is able to sense that that's sort of damaging behavior to your vehicle. So it actually chimes to let you know that you're not driving the most efficient you could. It might sound annoying, but I actually like that. I've said in previous videos how I prefer to preserve my vehicles, save money, and try to keep everything in good condition. So having those little cues there to let you know that, you know, hey, whether it's traffic or something's got you kind of upset, you may not realize that you're driving your car a little bit harder than you think you are. Could be costing yourself some extra money. So it's sort of nice to have a reminder, but you do have the ability to turn those off if you don't really like that feature. This is the diagnostic feature, so you do have the ability to read check engine lights as well as clear them. So it's kind of cool to have the ability to know what's going on with the check engine light before you go to a mechanic, just nervous, not knowing what's going on with your car at all. You may even be able to fix it yourself. It's really cool that it not only shows what the code is telling you, but you can also search the internet for that code, which could possibly lead to a quick and easy repair yourself, with saving a lot of money. So that was actually one of the main features why I originally picked up the Automatic, so I really like that. And then you've got the you know, some other integration features with your phone. So of course it's going to pair with your phone through Bluetooth. This is another really awesome feature. It's got the crash notification. So if you're ever in an accident, let's say maybe you can't reach your phone or you're hurt too badly to pick up your phone and call 911, when the Automatic is plugged in, it's able to sense through your OBD2 port that the vehicle's been in an accident and notify 911 automatically and send your location. So really awesome there. Now, this is going to be pretty significant difference between the Automatic Pro and the Automatic second generation and first generation. Is, to my knowledge, the second generation or first generation are not going to have the ability to transmit your location or contact 911 unless if your phone is paired correctly. So you do have that risk factor of your phone not being paired up or your phone being damaged beyond, you know, it working, where the Automatic the second generation or first generation may not work for this feature, where as long as the Automatic Pro isn't too damaged, it should still function fine even if your phone was damaged or missing or anything like that. So that's one pretty significant difference there. But anyway, and then you've got, you know, just kind of a summary there talking about the driving score, which sort of tallies up how efficient you are in driving, or the amount of wear and tear that you put on your vehicle. So kind of cool to have that, almost like a competition to get your score as high as you can and drive as conservatively as you can. And then some of the other things that we already talked about. But if you hit the get started, you will have to create a account with Automatic. The account's free. It takes a few seconds. Of course, not going to go over that. That's pretty easy. You just put in your name and email address, create a password, and you're good to go. I'll go ahead and get logged into mine and we'll jump in. Alright, so now that you've got your account created and logged in, when you open the application, you'll be prompted with the Let's Get Started screen. The only reason I'm going through this is I just want to show how easy it is to get this set up. I think somebody may be reluctant to try a product like this because they think it might be cumbersome or annoying to use, but it really is a really nice application setup. So I think you'll be kind of surprised at just how easy it is and how quickly you can benefit from it. But we'll go ahead and jump in here. So this is asking if the automatic application can manage Bluetooth for you. I didn't quite understand this the first time I went to set this up, but basically saying that in order for your phone to communicate with the automatic adapter, it does need to have your Bluetooth needs to be turned on. So in the event you get in the car, forget to turn on your Bluetooth, automatic can manage that for you. I have mixed feelings on that. I don't really want an application to be able to control that particular feature of my phone. I'd probably rather turn it on myself, but for the sake of making the product work better, I think it's worth leaving turned on. So once you set that, we're going to go ahead and grab the adapter itself. There is a pairing code on the back side of the adapter. It's pretty easy to see. I'm going to go ahead and plug mine in, and I'll be back in 1 second. Okay, so I've got my pairing key plugged in, and now I'm ready to actually plug the adapter into the car. So this takes a second just to get it correctly positioned on your OBD port. Go ahead and plug this in. And we'll continue. You may have heard that beep. That's just an indication that it is receiving power and connected to the vehicle. So now the phone is just trying to find the automatic adapter. Of course, this may take a moment just for the Bluetooth connection to be established and make sure that the adapter can read all the vehicle data. So we'll give this a second to go. Okay, so it looks like I've got a firmware update. Hopefully this goes through quick. I will most likely end up fast forwarding this for you guys. Okay, so firmware update complete, so we can go ahead and jump into the next step. So we're going to put the power onto the car without actually starting the engine. This could be different in different vehicles depending on whether you have push to start or an actual key fob, or it just depends on what you have. But for my vehicle that I'm in right now, I'm just going to put it into the second position on the ignition. Select continue. Okay, so now it has paired with my car, and that's it. Of course, the firmware update takes the longest. That's not going to be part of everyone's process. That's just, of course, if the firmware software is out of date. But let's go ahead and jump in here. So here's the feature to check your check engine light. My vehicle doesn't have a check engine light on right now, so can't really show off that feature too much, but at least you can have peace of mind running a diagnostic on your car and knowing that everything is okay. If there were a check engine light, it would show me what the code is and give me the ability to research the code and also find nearby mechanics to help me repair that code. So I just want to do a quick little tour around the settings because there's some cool stuff in the application. You've got the More Car apps at the top. That gives you the ability to find all the different applications that can integrate with automatic. So if you wanted to try to take advantage of more of those features, I would definitely explore through those. The License Plus feature, that's actually an option to help new drivers learn good driving behaviors. So again, avoiding hard braking, avoiding hard accelerations, things like that. That's good for teaching a teenager how to drive. You got the option to set your audio feedback, like we talked about earlier. You can turn on the Do Not Disturb mode, which basically puts your phone into silence mode while driving for your safety. Show the status bar notifications, automatically manage Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. We talked a little bit about that. The brief stops, it's basically, rather than putting partitions in between every stop, if you're pulling into a gas station and stopping at the bank or anything like that, it's not going to put brakes into every one of those little trips. You've got the crash alert settings. You've also got the option to manage the vehicle, so you can add cars and remove cars. Now to go over the main feature of the automatic adapter, which is going to be trip data and logging that information. There's actually two different ways that you can do that. One through the desktop site and also through the application itself on your smartphone. I haven't heard many other reviews reference the desktop site. It actually works really well though. I've been pretty impressed with it. You actually use the same login information as the application at the Automatic website under Dashboard, and when you log in you have the ability to see some map data as well as average fuel mileage. So you can see my maximum in December was 31.5 miles per gallon, minimum in January 23.5, or as far as averages go. So some cool data that's rolled up into the website. You see up in the top my overall average 25.7 miles per gallon. You also have some of the driving behaviors stats down at the bottom as far as 107 hard brakes, 185 times over the 70 miles per hour marker, and 11 hard accelerations. So of course that's cumulative data over the course of December 25th all the way to August 18th, but collects a lot of cool information, puts it in a cool format to look at. Here is a individual trip, so you can see this is one of many, but it gives you the total miles, the miles per gallon during that trip, estimated fuel cost, and total time spent on the trip, as well as the other stats that we looked at on the first page, or second page, the hard brakes, time spent, or the amount of times that you went over 70 miles an hour, hard acceleration. So some pretty cool information. It's very thorough, really great for logging those trips and getting some data as far as your fuel mileage and distance traveled, time spent in your vehicle. There's a lot of business and personal applications, and obviously the mobile application is going to look different depending on whether you're using iOS or Android, or depending on what version of the application you're running. But as a whole, some of the main features you're going to get out of the application are going to be similar to the desktop site. You can see total miles traveled, total time traveled in the vehicle, an estimate of the cost for the fuel miles per gallon, and then you got this score in the middle. That's your driving score, so that's based on your driving habits, like the hard accelerations, the hard braking. So pretty cool feature there. Really nice view of your individual trips on the mobile application. Again, it shows all the stats. It shows all the data that we've seen on the other views, but nice layout, pretty clean, and it does the job. It's to me the best way to gather that kind of data, and especially if you have an older vehicle that doesn't have a real nice infotainment system or a nice cluster for displaying that kind of information. It's really nice to have it really well laid out on your smartphone and have access to it on your desktop as well. So some of my favorite features. So there are so many more features on the automatic adapter that I'd love to go over. Unfortunately, the video is already running longer than I had hoped, so I just want to show one last cool feature / integration application that works really well with automatic. I mentioned it earlier in the video, but it's the if application, and you can see here it's got a option for automatic. So if you select that, you've got an option to choose a lot of what they call recipes, and you can do everything from track your trips in a Google spreadsheet. I thought this was really cool. Add a iOS reminder if your check engine light comes on. So that's really awesome if you just kind of forgetful, want to add it to your to-do list if something's going on in your vehicle. Tracking engine issues, log driving trips in Evernote. When your car comes home, your lights will come on with hue lighting. Email my mechanic when automatic senses that the check engine light and the car came on. An email of diagnostics in your car. It's just, and the list goes on. It's just incredible what the the if application can do with automatic. Turn on Nest when your car comes home. So anyway, a lot of cool options there. I do have mine actually set up to work with my Belkin. Let's see here if I can show you. Work with my Belkin connected Wemo switch. So basically what I did to configure that was select the trigger as automatic, select when ignition turned off, and select Wemo switch turn on. You can also tailor it to exactly exactly what location you want. So of course, I would specify mine to when my ignition turns off at my home address, the Wemo switch would turn on. And you can go in and tailor all kinds of different information. You also get a notification when that recipe is run. So pretty cool to be able to get home, turn your car off, and as you're getting your items out of your car, be able to walk in the house and the lights already be turned on. So that's really an awesome feature, and there's so many more. I mean, it's just incredible, all the different features that you can do. Alright guys, the video has already went way longer than expected, so I do apologize about that. But I do appreciate you watching. Hopefully you enjoyed the review and discussion. Just a quick channel update. I am going to be kicking off a new series with me shopping for my next car to replace the Corvette. I'm just going to put together a quick series of videos going over different models that I'm considering and the pros and cons of each, so hopefully that should be fun. Help me kind of document each car that I'm considering, help me log each one and make the decision that way, and get the help of viewers and commenters and everything else. So super excited to kick off that series. Be sure to be on the lookout for those videos. But other than that, that is it for today. Hope you enjoy. Be sure to check out all the links and descriptions for all the applications shown on the video, as well as all the products I showed in the video. And be sure to check out the Automatic Pro. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.